Hi, my name is Lisa, and I'm going to be taking you through a begin workout. So if you're just getting started, find the types of equipment that you have around the house. I'm going to be demonstrating using the equipment that we have here. So I'm going to be setting up for a push-up off the bench, and we're going to be doing lifting some weights for some rows and that kind of thing. Grab whatever you can. If you have to watch through the video at least once, that's fine. Then you can kind of figure out what the motions will be, and then you can figure out what it is that you're going to need. All right, so we're going to be doing a 3 to 5 minute warm-up. We're just going to get the body moving. So some gentle swings, some gentle stretches. You don't want to push too hard, but you want to have a little bit of momentum, a little bit of stretch on those arms. Do some arm circles, full range of motion, as much as you can. Get big circles, both directions. Pay attention to how your body feels. For some of these, if you need to have a chair nearby to hold on to, feel free. See how well my balance is. Some leg swings. And again, let your body just swing. This is not a controlled movement. Other side. As I lose my balance. Okay. I'm going to do a couple of alternating lunges, not too terribly deep, just enough that you're moving the body and getting it set. One more. Good. And just a couple of squats. Again, just to get the body moving. Go with your comfortable range of motion. You want to sit back onto your heels. And your heart rate should be getting up just a little bit by now. All right, we're going to come down to the floor and do a few cat-cows. So the biggest thing here is we want to make sure that we're getting some space into our spine and getting that movement. Good. Take your feet together, knees nice and wide. Sit back on your haunches and come forward. Back and forth for a few reps. Good. All right, so that is it for our warm-up. We're going to get set up, and we're going to be doing some goblet squats, some bent over rows, and push-ups and a hover. We're going to do them for reps. and we're gonna do them as a straight set, okay? So whatever you happen to be using, you want to be able to hold something in front of you. You wanna keep it pretty close to your chest. The farther you have to hold it away from your body, the more it's going to hurt the lower back. So something that's fairly small that you can hold nice and close. So you want to make sure that you're breathing with the motion. With a goblet squat, we want our feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart. And stand up nice and tall. Tip the hips back and squat down. Come all the way up, squeeze the bum at the top. Breathe in, exhale up. From the side, breathe in, exhale up. If I'm counting right, that's 12. One more for good measure. All right, so we're gonna set that down. We're gonna do a row. So when you're coming into position, we want our shoulders up and back. So nice upright position. We're gonna hinge at the hip. So sit back. You can only go so far and then it starts putting pressure onto the back. So here's where you can bend your knees. Keep your pelvic floor on nice and tight. Squeeze your bum. Back is straight. So we want to be in this position, and we want to put our elbows going nice and high to the ceiling. So we're going to go for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Set those down. So this is your rest period as we're getting set up for the next exercise. So I'm going to be showing you the push-up and doing it an easier version, so from the elevated position. So if you've got a mat and you want something fairly soft underneath the knees, you want to set your body up on your step, is what I'm using. You can use one of the stairs at home, bench, anything like that. So keep the shoulders up and back. We want our shoulders right above our hands as much as we possibly can. You want to brace the abs, squeeze the bum, and I like to set my knees up just a bit. So this takes the pressure off my knees as well as helps keep my bum in line. So from here, we're going to bend the elbows and think about the belly coming in to the step. So 3, 2, 3, 4. Being mindful that we're keeping our elbows back and not flaring out to the sides. We don't want to see this. We want to keep them back. Good. All right, so last exercise that we have on here is we're going to do a thigh push. So coming down, lying onto your back. You want to get situated so that your small of your back is nice and safe on the floor. Your head is in line. We're going to bring our knees up and bring our hands in place. So we're going to pull the knees in and my hands are going to push the knees back. So it's not going to look like I'm moving very much, but I'm going to be doing exertions. We're going to do 12 exertions. So pull the knees in, push the abs. Or sorry, push your hands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. So that is round 1. Give yourself a second. This is going to be your time to stop, take a drink, get your heart rate back down if your heart rate has gone up. Deep breaths. All right, I'm going to give it another 10 seconds and we're going to start that all over again, okay? Grab your weight, get yourself into position. Feet just a little bit more than shoulder width apart. Tip the hips back and come on down. 1, 2, squeeze at the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got ahead of myself again. All right, getting set up for our bent over rows. Shoulders up and back. Hinge at the hip. Bend those knees just a little bit to protect the low back. Turn on your pelvic floor. Brace your abs. We're taking those elbows right back and squeezing the upper part of the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Getting set up for our push-ups. You're more than welcome to try doing these from the floor as well. I'm going to continue demonstrating from an elevated surface. Brace the abs, squeeze the bum, chest is up, and bend the elbows. $12. Good. Coming back down for our thigh pushes. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're pulling and pushing as much as you can. That's what's going to engage the abs. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, from here you're going to get a minute rest and we're going to get set up for our cardio portion. We're going to be setting a timer for this one. 45 seconds work, 15 seconds to get into the next exercise. And then at the end of the one circuit, you can repeat, you can stop there, or you can repeat it 2 to 3 more times, depending on where you're at in this workout. All right. How are you doing? Okay, so we're gonna get started. 45 seconds work can seem like a really long time if you're a new beginner. So if 45 seconds is too much, do what you can. You'll hear the beep. So that means that you can rest until that the end of that interval. You'll still get your 15 seconds rest, and then we're gonna start the next cardio exercise. So do what you can, as long as you can keep going, okay? So we're gonna start with jogging on the spot. Deep breaths, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Twenty more seconds. All right, 15 seconds rest. We're going to get set up for our floor to ceiling. Deep breath. Okay, down, up, down, up, down, up. From the side, this is what this looks like. So legs apart, reach down, straight legs, stand up tall, reach behind you, down, up, down, up, floor to ceiling. 15 more seconds. Three seconds. Good. Next one we've got is our butt kicks. Again, do your best. So you can do this at any pace that you're comfortable with. If you're really just starting out, try kicking back. You don't have to have necessarily any impact. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can do this a little bit faster. Okay? Just do what your body wants. And always try to do just a little bit better the next time. 12 seconds. All right, 15 seconds. We have a little bit of a rest. Deep breath. The next one's going to possibly challenge your balance again. Again, do your best. So reach in front, straight leg raise. If you can't reach your toe, at least try to reach your toe. Try to keep your chest up as much as you can. If you can't touch your toe, it's okay. Three seconds. Good. So, if you would like to have a rest here and do 2 to 3 more times of that, feel free. At this point, I'm going to be taking you down through a couple of stretches for a cool down. There are some things here that I don't have that you may have at home that's going to make some of these stretches a little bit easier. I will do my best to give you a variation so that you'll understand what I'm trying to talk about here. All right. I realize not everyone is going to be able to really extend through the back. But if you can at least grab a hold of your hands and straighten out your arms. If you can get here, good. If you can lift up a little bit, do it. For some, this might be a little bit much. Another way of opening up the shoulders and the chest is to Think about your thumbs coming back. So turn them back out and reach behind you as much as you can. If you can get your arm into a door frame, here, and pull back. Otherwise, you can use your thumbs. Think about rotating back as much as you can. Good. All right. I'm going to do a bit of a stretch here. So, one foot in front of the other. As I lose my balance. Stick your bum out, keep your chest up. You're going to feel some stretches down the back of your legs. Your heart rate should be coming down right about now. That's a good thing. Other side. My range of motion may not look like yours, and that's okay. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. Good. We'll take one step back. We're going to bend the back knee. When we bend that back knee, that's going to be stretching our back calf. Achilles tendon, all sorts of different things. Good. Straight leg. We're going to hinge a little bit more, but here the difference is we're going to be really forcing down on the toes. So force your toes down, and that'll give you a nice little stretch in the front of that shin. You should also feel a stretch through the calf and your hamstring. Before we switch too much, stand up tall, squeeze this glute. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Think about tilting your hips forward just a little bit. So we're going to be stretching through that hip flexor. A lot of times we sit too much in a day, and these guys get short and tight, and that can cause so many other problems like low back pain, hip pain, knee pain. So keeping this guy stretched out goes a long way. Okay. Other side, if I can figure out how to do it. There we go. All right. So we're going to straighten up the hip, force down on the toes. Feel that stretch through the shin. Chest up. Good. And bend that back knee so that you get that stretch through your calf. Concentrate about pushing that heel down into the floor. Okay. Now, straighten the leg, squeeze the glute, tip those hips forward just a little bit, and feel that stretch. All right, good job. That is your first begin workout. Every time you do this workout, try to do just a little bit better the next time. Whether it be one more rep or find something a little bit heavier to hold on to when you're doing the goblet squat or those rows. Maybe when you're doing that cardio, you give just a little bit more effort, or if you work it, you continue working right to the end of that work time. I'm Lisa, and have a great day and enjoy your next workout.